Okay, what is going on? LBHT Crew B. What is going on?
I mean, nothing at all this week. Carolina's not playing. Just a random day.
Nothing over there.
I don't know why.
Over here.
I don't know why we're even here, honestly.
You know why we're here.
Ain't nothing going on over there either.
A lot going on actually. This is for first place in the division.
Oh wow.
Hey, let's pump the brakes over there. Let's pump the brakes because you guys ain't there yet. All right.
Might as well.
Great win for you guys. We talked about it on the Monday morning show. You should have been there, but
no, I shouldn't. That's
you
should have.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah. You missed the Panthers talk for the week.
Plus, but I heard some terrible things about the channel that morning show comes on. I don't know what y'all be doing when I'm not around, but wow.
Yeah, I know. We're just, we don't be reading comments. We're haters. All kinds. Man, people wake up angry in the morning. That's crazy. You start out the first thing in the morning, you already mad?
They go to work. Why would they be happy?
All right, man, go to work and take it out on your coworkers. Don't take it out on us. We're trying to ease your way into work. We didn't put this team together. EDC put the team together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Harbaugh's coaching this team. We're not coaching the team.
Still going.
Yeah. All right, y'all. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is going well, but if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So wherever you're watching this, make sure you hit that like button, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the audio form of this, we put this out on Thursdays at noon. So we hope you're enjoying your lunch break. Make sure you give us a 5-star review. And my apologies, I did not put out anything last week for the audio listeners, but we're back this week. Okay, we're back. Just Al says, not me, Jose. I wake up happy. 7:45 p.m. is the tough time for me. And we appreciate you toughing through that, just Aloe. You're a real trooper. Sometimes you'll stay up even later for the overtime show. We really appreciate that. All right, who else we got in here? Who's in here? Bazel was first, says, I'm watching because I'm a fan of y'all, not the Ravens. And you know what? Thank you, Bazel. We appreciate you. We really appreciate you. Luke K is in the house. What's going on? Says, will you guys be talking about the extension? We sure will.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's on the agenda. We'll take a look.
I would say Wednesday provides.
Yes. Alaska Man Salute says, we signed the best playoff tight end ever. I'm just kidding. What's the opposite of best ever? Worst.
Mark Andrews.
Just how it says, greetings fans of the best Ravens and Panthers talk show. Appreciate that. Steve Young said the Ravens should ask less on Lamar running and just rely on him being an elite passer. Yeah, it's weird because I'm not a big fan of Steve Young, but he really pounds the table for Lamar Jackson
from day one. And
I think some of that comes from his time in the NFL and how he was treated as a runner, and he knew he could, he was a great passer. So I think he understands the plight a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a lot, apparently. Who else is here? Killer Cam's in the house. What's up, Killer? Says hola, Jose. And mucho gusto, Brodny.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
Nice to meet you. Mad Facts, Bitter Truth says, salute lunch break, hot tizake. Hey, salute Mad Facts. Appreciate you coming through. Zeke Hokage says, Jose and Brodny, what's good, unks and everyone. Salute to you.
What's up, Zeke?
Garrison is in the chat. He was here this morning too. Hey, you guys really like the morning show. I really appreciate the support. Hendo appreciates the support. All right.
I appreciate it too.
B appreciates it too because he doesn't have to do anything but just watch, act like he's sleeping, but he's watching.
I'll be watching. I'd be in bed,
watching and joining the chat sometimes.
I did that once. Okay.
Was it from a burner account?
Oh no.
I be saying what's going on. Says Ravens signing trash to extensions. Little harsh. All right, All right, we'll talk about it. Man, yeah, tough crowd.
Be like that.
Slim Smith says, fellas, what's going on, Slim Smith? Appreciate you coming through. Chi-Town in the house says hello. Hello, Chi-Town.
Hello.
Urban in the house. Salute. Who's this guy right here? Who is this?
I don't know. He says pedicures are important.
No, that's why I keep forgetting his name. It's Amp.
Well, that's what it says. It says it. Amp Blends.
Amp Blends. What was his name before?
DJ Amp.
DJ Amp. DJ Amp. I hate these handles now. We can't even change it. Like, there's no way to change it. Salute. And the best producer in the world is here. Thank you for being here, Adelia. Salute to you. Chaos is here. Man fumbles, drops the ball, but he deserves an extension. You guys, man. Sheesh. Y'all not big fans of Mark in here. TY says Yahoo. Damn, $13 million for a 30-year-old tight end. All right.
Well, not for a 30-year-old until he's 33. So that's cool.
DJ says, I'm up at 5 a.m. 3 times a week. It's convenient. Okay. Nice. Appreciate that. Eric, what's going on? Says salute to Jose and Brodny. Hey, salute to you.
What's up,
all
Eric?
Right. And Spirit of Justice is in the house. Says Andrews Bateman. Fire emoji.
That's a spirit. He's gonna take it back to 2018.
you guys are really feeling these moves. Okay, you're really feeling it. I'm happy for Mark too. I'm always happy for players getting their
very
deals.
happy for Mark. Love this for Mark. This is an incredible deal for Mark.
Like we talked about Bateman earlier. My only criticism of Bateman's deal is I thought he should have gotten more. I don't guess they deserve more. He should have gotten more.
Yeah, he should have gotten more. He should have gone to the free agency and gotten more.
We are all for players getting as much money as humanly possible, especially in football. I don't care what level of player you are. Get the bag. Mm-hmm. So I always celebrate players getting their money. So unless you're a dirtbag. All right.
Yeah.
That's something for you in general. So E-May salute says Lamar run straight up out of Baltimore. Lamar's not going anywhere. Lamar's going to have all the money and all the cap space, and he's going to hold all the cards. So he's going to decide or make them decide what they want to do this offseason. But he's not going anywhere. He'll just say, if you want cap relief, give me what I want, or I'll just take all my money, and we'll just keep playing how we play for the foreseeable future. He's good.
What it is.
Yeah. All right. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of Ravens talk on the show. The Panthers are on the bye, so another week being on you have a winning record now, 7-6.
Yeah, 7-6, half game back of Tampa Bay. Wins over two of the top teams in the league. Bryce Young looked outstanding. Tedrow McMillan looked outstanding. The defense continues to play out of their minds. Especially considering all the injuries they have.
Yes.
So yeah, things are great in Carolina.
Yep. So, and who do you play coming out the bye?
Coming out of the bye, I believe it's New Orleans. So I'm gonna be quiet about that one. I had a lot to say the last time they played New Orleans, and I think some people may remember how that went.
Hey, guess what? You had 2 weeks to prepare for them this time. All right.
It's at New Orleans, so I don't know. I'm gonna let Dave, Bryce, and the fellas handle that.
Isn't this is one of the more exciting seasons that the Carolina Panthers fans have had in a long time.
Very long time.
You literally never know what's going to happen week to week.
You don't at all.
And
at all.
So goes the rest of the league, to be honest. All right, we're going to get into the show. But first, we like to start every show with the Black History Fact, and B and Akole have a Black History Fact for you.
This week on the LBHT Black History Fact, John Brown was born in 1800 in Connecticut, raised in a deeply religious household that taught him slavery was a sin against God. From an early age, he carried that conviction with him, even as he struggled through failed businesses and financial hardship. What never failed was his belief that freedom was worth fighting for. By the 1850s, the nation was tearing itself apart over slavery, and Brown stepped directly into the conflict. In Kansas Territory, he and his sons fought pro-slavery settlers in what became known as Bleeding Kansas. Brown believed compromise was impossible. Slavery was too evil, too entrenched, and only force could uproot it. His most infamous act there was the Pottawatomie Massacre, where he and his men killed pro-slavery settlers to send a chilling message. The fight for freedom would not be won with words alone. But Brown's vision was larger than Kansas. In 1859, he launched his boldest plan, a raid on the federal arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia. His goal was to seize weapons and spark a massive slave uprising across the South. For 2 days, Brown and his small band held out, but the plan collapsed. U.S. Marines led by Robert E. Lee stormed the arsenal, captured Brown, and ended the rebellion before it began. At his trial, Brown spoke with unshakable conviction. He declared that if his cause required blood, he was willing to give his own. On December 2, 1859, he was hanged. Yet in death, his voice carried farther than it ever had in life. To the South, he was a terrorist, proof that abolitionists would stop at nothing. To the North, he became a martyr, a man who sacrificed everything to strike at slavery. John Brown's raid failed militarily, but it succeeded symbolically. It deepened the divide between North and South, hardened positions, and helped push the nation toward civil war. His name still echoes as a symbol of uncompromising resistance to injustice, a reminder that one person's conviction, however extreme, can change the course of history.
Salute to the Black History Fact. We got some admirers of the Black History Fact in the chat. Ashton says, "Love that you guys start the show with a Black History Fact. That's dope, fellas." Thank you, Ashton.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And we got J Ray Vision 804. I think I said that right. Says, "Black History Fact. That's dope. Y'all got a new subscriber." Salute.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. DDSQ is here. What's going on? What's good? Appreciate you coming through. Kwame is in the house. Salute, Kwame.
Particularly, yeah, I like that one. The receiver hated slavery too. I bet he did. Right?
Hey, you guys, you like the hoodie? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's clean. Let me tell y'all something. We got merch on our website, LBHTShow.com. And you know, me and B, we get samples of some of these things, not everything, but you know, this hoodie, people have been buying it. Coach got one. I said, "Oh, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the support." There's somebody on my job bought one. I think I saw somebody else purchase one. I was like, "Nah, I feel like I need one." So I ordered it, and it came today. And man, does it feel nice? Feels good, looks good. LBHTShow.com. You know, this will keep you nice and warm out there. All right. Says super. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you. Appreciate that. Chaos says, "I'm all for people getting paid, but Andrews?"
Yeah, no, Andrews too. Just somewhere else.
All right, let's start with that. You guys clearly want to start there. I was going to say that for later on in the show, but let's start there. Wait, hold on. Danity is here. Thanks for coming through, Dan. He says, "Thank you for subscribing to the channel. This is Proudly Black podcast that informs about Black history every single Wednesday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Absolutely. Right on the money.
Yes.
That's a fact. And we got a super chat from Rave the Phantom 6. Thank you. Salute.
Wow.
Says, how are
Thank you
you?
very much.
Just found this podcast and I'm hooked. Thank you.
Appreciate
Glad.
that.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see how long you stick around once we start talking about Ravens.
So how about that, Mark Andrews?
All right. First and foremost, congratulations to Mark Andrews.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Mark Andrews for a few things. One, again, on breaking every Baltimore Raven receiving record. That is, regardless of how low those numbers were, or how much harder it is on other teams, whatever. That's an incredibly impressive achievement for any player to be at the top of a team's record books for anything, really. And he's there for catches, yards, and touchdowns now, I believe. I think he's got the triple crown there. So congratulations to Mark for that. Also, this one might be even bigger. Congratulations to Mark Andrews, because in the year of our Lord 2025, when Mark Andrews is 30 years old and has 37 receptions for 332 yards and 5 touchdowns through 12 games. I believe we have the tweet here. We can put that up. Mark Andrews just received a 3-year contract extension worth $39.3 million, with $26 million of that guaranteed.
I mean,
congrats to Mark.
Congrats
to Mark. And I mean, and thank you to Eric DaCosta. Really, honestly, because we've been talking about the Ravens for several years now, and we haven't really been on board with the Eric DaCosta regime, to put it mildly. And we get a lot of pushback on that, but Eric just keeps on providing evidence, keeps on providing proof, keeps on providing nugget after nugget for us to point to say, see, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
And I gotta say thank you to Eric for making our job easier. Not sure why he was even talking to Mark. Look, Mark is a good player. He's been a good player throughout his career. He had one elite season where he had 1,300 yards, was arguably the best tight end in the league that year. Outside of that, he's been a very good player. He's on the decline now, right? I think that's fair to say, but still a solid player.
Yes.
But you turn around and you look at Odafe Owe, who's coming into his prime at a much more important position, and you say, get him out of here. You look over on the bench and you see a younger, possibly more talented tight end in Isaiah Likely, who is coming up for a contract extension. You say, you know what? Maybe get him out of here too. We gotta keep the band together with the old guys, with the familiar guys, with the guys we know. And it just makes absolutely no sense to me.
What's going on, Flex Zone? Flex Zone says this is a signing for Lamar. Then that tells me you don't really care about Lamar.
Well, if it's a signing for Lamar, it tells me that you, again, should not be the GM of an NFL team. You don't give away $26 million guaranteed and 39, overall to an aging player who's in decline because your quarterback likes him. He'll get over it.
Only in decline, 8 years of showing that he doesn't produce in the playoffs.
Yeah, and listen, Lamar has a lot of friends. Hollywood was his friend. They traded him. Jair Alexander was his friend. They traded him.
Yep.
Right. You remember a few years ago, the basketball player Steven Adams. He was close friends with the guy. I forget who the teammate was, but the guy got traded. Yeah. And in the next press conference, they were asking him, like, man, how do you feel about this guy not being on the team anymore? Like, are you upset? And he's like, no, man, he just moved down the road. Like, we're still friends. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He'll still be friends with Mark wherever he plays. I mean, but I guess now it's going to be Baltimore.
I mean, is he comfortable with Mark? Yeah, he's comfortable with Mark. And again, you look at this. I mean, he's making what, $10 million a year, essentially.
A little more, 13.
A little more. Yeah. or 12 million. Yeah, 12 million a year. He's making 36 million total.
No, it's 39 total, 26 guaranteed.
Oh, 39. Okay,
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, 13. It's not nothing. It's not breaking the bank. However, when you already don't have a lot of cap space to work with, and it's not guaranteed that Lamar is going to help you out, I don't like that move. And if you're showing Lamar that you're serious, like those are the signs that you do for your quarterback. You get him some game-changing weapons. Mark Andrews is like, again, we're not even trying to diss Mark Andrews. Like he's a good solid quarterback, tight end, good solid tight end. Not so much in the playoffs, but overall, good solid tight end. That ain't enough. That ain't nowhere near enough. He is not a game changer whatsoever. Go and sign a game changer. Show him this offseason. No, we're serious about ramping up this offense. This is the same of the same stuff that you've been losing with right here.
Yeah. So I just I don't understand it. I really don't. You have, like I said, a potentially better tight end in Isaiah Likely. You had other guys, younger guys at more important positions that you could have signed. You desperately need to spend some money on the O-line. But our priority is getting Mark Andrews under contract. Mark Andrews, I mean, and I know that Eric loves those day 3 picks. Mark Andrews get you a day 3 pick. You put him on the market, he'll get you a day 3 pick right away.
Yeah.
Why is he still here?
This is perfect from T. She says, to me, when it comes to Mark, is he reliable? Yes. Also, is he not reliable? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, because I read off his stats this season. 32 yards, 5 touchdowns. His career playoff numbers are 315 yards and 0 touchdowns. So
read that last part again, because I don't think, like, when people, they pump up Mark Andrews and they say, he's a good tight end. This is what we're talking about. Read that stat one more time.
Are you referring to the 0 touchdowns in the playoffs? That one?
Yes. Yeah.
0 touchdowns in the playoffs.
And how many yards?
315. So a little less than what he's done this season through 12 games. But to be fair, he only played 8 games in the playoffs. So, but yeah, it's a guy who has shown over and over and over and over again that he's not a game changer when it matters most. His best season even came in a year where Baltimore didn't make the playoffs, right? All the years that they have made the playoffs, he hasn't performed. And it all came to a head last season when, it looked like, Baltimore had what it took to get over the hump, move on. Mark Andrews looked like he was finally kind of exercising those demons. He made a couple of nice catches, and then he made the mistake of trying to juke and fumble the ball. And I was like, man, you know what? I feel bad for Mark on that one because he's trying to make a play, and that'll happen to anybody, getting the ball knocked out. I was like, man, that's a tough break. Felt bad for him. He's playing well, and that's unfortunate. Same thing with Zay Flowers when he got the ball knocked out at the goal line against Buffalo. Same thing with Likely this past week. You're trying to make something happen, and sometimes that doesn't go your way. But then I kept watching the game. and the Ravens scored, and they were down 2, and they were like, okay, well, we need a 2-point conversion to tie it up. And they hiked the ball, and I swear to God it was Mark Andrews. I swear to God, he looked same size. He's wearing 89, and he was just right there on the goal line. And Lamar kind of pump faked. He's like, "You ready?" Like you do with a child.
Yeah.
They just say, "Hey, it's coming to you."
And the child says, "Okay."
It's like, "I got it," and he threw it. And Mark said, "What's this? Get it away from me!" And then he hid from the media, and then he came back and got a 3-year extension. And like that whole third act of that story is the part that I don't get.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Kwame for the super chat. Appreciate that. Says happy for Mark, much deserved. Players F up. Yeah, hey, I don't disagree with anything you say. Like you deserve whatever somebody's willing to pay you. He deserves it. He earned it. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to earn it here.
Well, yeah, no, that's why the problem
You
is
know?
Eric DaCosta. The problem is not Mark Andrews.
No, not at all.
Just like the problem is not Daniel Faalele, and the problem is not Andrew Voorhees. The problems are Eric DaCosta and John Harbaugh. Those guys are doing the best they can. Mark Andrews is doing the best he can.
And
And
in fact,
if you're going to keep running him out there, it's not on them.
in fact, there isn't a problem with him being here. Let's back up a little bit. It's a problem of him being a main target, right? And there's no other weapons for Lamar to lean on. That's the problem. They sign him and then they add to it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. If they go out and sign a George Pickens or somebody like that, they make one of those moves to really get targets. If they go and get protection for Lamar, if they're saying no, we're keeping Mark Andrews. He's a piece of this team that we're rebuilding, or on the offense, and we're going to add more weapons to that side. Yeah, great. I'm all for Mark Andrews being here.
Yeah.
But if it's we're gonna run it back. We're doing this not because we think Mark Andrews is that guy. It's because we love Mark Andrews. He's a Raven, and we want to reward a Raven, and we're just going to sign him. And we still don't want those other wide receivers that care about stats and things like that here. We don't want that. We just want the same old. Then no, that's incompetence right there.
George Pickens caring about stats is doing great for him this year.
George, what's George?
He's over 1,100 yards so far, like third in the league at receiving. So that's pretty good. I like players that want to produce.
1,142 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like players that want to produce. That's just me. I mean,
Ravenville Salute says, "What's up, LBHT crew? Just why you guys are really distraught about this Mark Andrews news? I'm not as distraught as you are, because he is a good player.
Well, hold on, because we're saying just why, and oh my God, why? How could you bring him back? Why would you pay him that? Y'all had a game a few days ago against Cincinnati, and my man balled out. He had 6 targets, 4 catches, and 47 yards. What?
Yeah, he got up and he pumped his chest. He tried to get them in. He tried to get his team hyped up. Good for him.
That was 5 times as many yards as he had the previous week. So how could you not lock him up at that point? If he keeps on that like that trajectory, 5x yards every week, that means next week he's going to have 235 yards. You want to let that walk out of the building?
All right. I don't want
the next game he'll have over 1,000.
I'm not gonna go in on the Mark Andrews thing. Congratulations to Mark. All right, yes. It's not our beef is never been with you. He goes out there and he plays. He does play hard. Yeah, man.
Yes. Anybody made that catch. You remember that show Pros versus Joes? The Joes would have made that catch.
Yes. Yes, and it's unfortunate, but it's playoff football, and you have to there's a standard. You have to make the catch. It can't always be, oh well, this these guys are good, but this just happened, that just happened. The other team is always making just enough plays on us. We have to be a team that's making just enough plays.
Wow.
Amp said I don't even use Mark on Madden. Man.
That's messed up.
All right. Speaking of last week, B, I gave my thoughts on last week's game. What are your thoughts on that debacle on Thanksgiving night?
Yeah, it was awful. Offense and defense played poorly. I know that's not really the popular sentiment that the defense didn't play well, but they didn't really. They played well in instances, like with that fumble inside the 5-yard line. That was huge for them to step up and not allow any points. That's great.
Absolutely.
But you still allowed 23 points, though. But the offense was terrible. Lamar did not look good. The O-line did not look good. Devontae Walker did not look good. You know, the offensive coordinator did not look good. Why aren't you giving the ball to Derrick Henry? Yeah, I don't know. I think that, you know, Lamar, I think it's all kind of everything catching up to him. He's had multiple lower leg injuries, and I think he doesn't trust the O-line at all. And I think that's kind of gotten to him over the last month, and he just hasn't played well. Again, they are not, for whatever reason, not leaning on Derrick Henry when their star quarterback is not playing well. Again, the O-line has not at all gotten better, despite what John tells you every week. The receivers aren't really stepping up, you know. And to be fair, like Zay pushed off, but they don't ever call that.
Yeah,
like that's not a call that's normally made. And then the Bengals receiver pushed off. It was a little less egregious, but he pushed off as well, and they let it stand. So that was messed up. Isaiah Likely, again, it's just one of those things, you know. He's trying to make the play, and you know the defense was there and made a better one. Overall, though, it was pretty ugly.
And we got a super chat from T.
You're muted.
I'm muted? I'm not muted. You can't hear me?
Hold on.
Oh.
Say something? Okay, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got a super chat from T. Appreciate you, T. Says, thanks for going live with this, LBHT. Thank you, T.
Thank you.
We do it every Wednesday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. And Tracy's here. What's up, Tracy? Says, please stop, B. You are making me feel worse.
I'm sorry, Tracy. I was gonna say, like, watching them and in particular watching Lamar makes me really want to lean into the fact that they should have played Tyler Huntley against the Jets and given him a little time to try to heal up, because he just doesn't look right. And we did get a Cash App as well from Andrew. Thank you very much, Andrew. Let me see if there's a message here. For happy holidays. Thank you. You as well, Andrew. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Andrew. Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you. Danity says, oh, you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Danity says, two prideful men at the helm who can't take accountability for the mistakes, so they double down on them and hurt the team's chances of making the Super Bowl. Harbaugh and ED Cokehead are traitors.
Okay, you got to take that back. First of all, that's mad disrespectful. First off, second of all, Cokeheads are fans of Jalen Coker, who had a fantastic game this past week. All right, that's taken. That's taken. He can't be y'all can't be Cokeheads, or he can't be a Cokehead. So you gotta take that one back. I did love John Harbaugh coming out and taking accountability for the turnovers, for the 5 turnovers. And I said it in our Discord. The only reason he said that was his fault is because he knew that no one would blame him for that.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, all right, blame me. What are you gonna do about it? That one of those apologies. And appreciate you. Says rookie guard looks solid. We need Cleveland into. Appreciate that. Talking about Emory Jones, yes. And Coach Evans broke down Emory Jones' film, and looks promising. Just his technique looks better than both of those guards out there. And of course, he was asked about that. Harbaugh was asked about that, and he gave maybe it's possible. You know, he can never admit defeat. He's so petty. And he can be this way because he's comfortable in his position. He's comfortable in his job. Coaches that have a expectation to win or you're out, they don't act that way, or they act that way, but they make the changes.
Yeah.
Right. Sirianni got rid of both of his coordinators because he knew if something doesn't happen, I'm out of here.
And y'all can talk about how promising he looks and the technique and all that, but that's just because he's been hurt and he hasn't had a lot of time with Warhop yet.
Yeah. No. Warhop's gonna coach that out of him.
Yeah. He'll get him right.
What's going on? Sure says petty like Jose G. I don't
pettiest man alive.
Wow. I'm not petty. I just meet
No,
people.
you're not petty.
That's all.
You're the pettiest man alive.
Why force Emory to play on the left side when he's always played right? He would adjust faster. That way Harbaugh doesn't want to admit that fall. was a mistake. Yeah, I mean, but we know that's what it is. He doesn't want to admit that he made a mistake on a player that he's been trying to develop, and he's doing these things to the detriment of the team. And EDC is to blame in this as well. EDC is not bringing in players and saying, I'm not going to resign this guy you're comfortable with. I'm not, like I'm going to bring in these guys. This is what you have to work with.
Yeah,
and make them use those guys.
I think generally speaking, stuff like that happens because you're not about the best interest of the player. You're about the best interest of the team, right? And if you have a right guard, then kids got to play left guard because that's where he can get in. That's where you need him. Not really the case here.
No,
you need a right guard as well. But yeah, I mean, listen, hey, Pro Football Focus says Daniel Falalele is a pretty good pass blocker. Okay, one of the better pass blockers on the team. So maybe that's why he's still out there. And you can replace Voorhees with Emery. I don't know.
Pro Football Focus also doesn't take away points for not touching anybody.
Well, if you I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yeah, if you don't touch anybody, you can't lose the battle, right?
No, because you didn't fail or anything. It's just like Younghoe Koo. He did not kick the ball, therefore he did not miss a field goal.
And I think we all agree, us in our circle, us, Hendo, Coach Evans, Chris Just Joking, Carrie, the whole deep cover crew. I think we all agree that Voorhees is probably slightly worse than Falalele. Falalele gets a lot more clippable moments, if you will, right? Because he's just standing around looking at butterflies and picking daisies, whatever he's doing, right? But Voorhees has been worse. Here's why. I explained this before. That awkwardness of Falalele just standing there will throw a defender off sometimes. Sometimes, most of the time defenders run right by him like he doesn't know what he's doing. But sometimes he looks intent coming off his block, and then he just stands there like he's frozen, like you're playing Madden and the player freezes. He does that. And sometimes the defender be like, what's he doing? And this split second gives Lamar a little bit more time. Voorhees just gets beat.
Yeah, it's like a horror movie, right? Like where you're outside walking, come around a corner, and then there's just somebody just standing in a field by themselves, nothing going on, no one else around. You're like, yo, what's happening here? What's he doing? And then by that point, Lamar has thrown the ball or been sacked by Voorhees guy.
Danny said Voorhees is an abomination.
It's also true.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and thank you. Yes, 100 people in the chat, Danny. Yes, appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button. We are close to 3,000 subscribers, so help us get there by the end of the season. We're really trying to hit 5,000. We have lofty goals over here, but the season ain't over. So just subscribe, tell your friends and family and loved ones. Also go over to LBHTShow.com. That is our website. You can actually watch videos over there as well. It just links you back to YouTube, but all the latest videos will be posted on there. You can buy merch like this, like what B's wearing. All of that is on the website, and you can sign up for the newsletter. It's free. I was supposed to put 2 out last week, but yeah, that after Thursday, I was like, we can wait. But one will be out this week as well. All right. So appreciate y'all support. Also, patreon.com/LBHT Show. If you're really digging this content, for as little as $5 a month, we have an overtime show on our Patreon. It happens right after this show. And, we talk about all kinds of things, sports related, not sports related, life stuff. And they're always fun conversations, deep conversations. And we have our friends on there as well. So if you want a little extra content, go over to patreon.com/LBHT Show. You also get access to our Discord channel, and people like y'all in the chat being there 24/7. It's a lot of fun. All right. Okay. So last week is behind us, and hey, we were down bad on Thursday. We were right back up on Sunday. Okay.
I really thought Pittsburgh was going to step up and win that game. I really did.
I didn't know. I didn't. And this is why right here. This guy right here. Thank you, Aaron. When I thought Mason Rudolph was going to play, I was like, I don't know. They could probably win it. Right? They're at home. But when Aaron Rodgers says, "Nope, I'm in," I said, "Oh well."
They said he
golden.
looked like he tried to rob Kevin McAllister. That's not cool at all, man. That's not cool at all. Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers experiment has shockingly failed again. So
Who knew?
But it's not over. I should not say that it's failed again. That's not accurate. It has not failed again. What are you doing? It has not failed again because they just brought in Adam Thielen.
I saw that.
Yeah, Adam Thielen. Listen, I've always been a fan of Adam Thielen. He played great for Carolina when he was there. The short time he was there. But my man is he is a cautionary tale for the grass ain't always greener. Because my man looked around that locker room and said, Carolina ain't going nowhere. Ship me home to Minnesota. And he got to Minnesota and found out that J.J. McCarthy, I mean, he left all his skills at Michigan. And they're worse than Carolina. They're not going to the playoffs. He has 8 catches this year. And he said, you know what? Cut me so I can play for a contender. And they're like, all right, man, whatever, shut up, go. And then he got claimed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 1 game away from being knocked out of the playoffs.
Or 1 game away from locking down a division.
Or 1 game away from, okay, we're in first until next week.
I'll say this. He provides a little help for this team because he might take a little time to get to where he needs to go, to get to his destination, run the routes. However, he still has very solid hands.
Listen, does he? Because my man has 18 targets and 8 catches. He is washed.
Well, I mean, I think you explained that earlier with J.J. McCarthy.
Listen. Good receivers catch
just because he was targeted does not mean the ball got to him.
Listen,
I wonder how many of those balls were intercepted.
Adam Thielen is washed, and I'm sorry.
Oh yes, he is.
Is he playing with a good quarterback now? I thought he went to Pittsburgh. So like that part of the equation has not changed.
Yes, he's better than J.J. McCarthy.
Better does not mean good. He is not good. So this is not going to do anything for Pittsburgh.
Suge is not liking. Suge is a Steelers fan. For those of you wondering in the chat, you guys can't see him because he's over on Twitch. He's holding it down for us on Twitch. Thank you, by the way, Suge. He's one of 3 subscribers we have on Twitch. So.
Yeah, the other ones are Suge Knight 1324, Suge Knight 132. This doesn't do anything for Pittsburgh. They're going to come out this weekend, and I swear to God, man, I swear to God, Baltimore better show up and play like they're like. I hate to say this because this line is a fraud, like every other model for every other team, but they better come out and play like a Raven. All right, I am so sick of watching what they've been doing, and this is it's not the season because they have another game against Pittsburgh, they have a couple other games, but it's a huge game.
Is this true? Steelers released Darius Slay?
Yeah, he went to Buffalo.
Wow, he's been playing that bad?
Maybe
or is it just he just said, "Hey, the Steelers." It's just been really tough sledding for the Steelers. Their defense is a little older, and they've been on the field.
Yeah. So Shook says he did ask to be released.
Okay, that sucks, man. Their defense has been on the field longer than any other defense by 2 games. Is what Hendo said. 2 games longer than anybody. They're tired.
I'll tell you what,
they're just tired. They need another bye week.
If I'm TJ Watt, I'm going to Mike Tomlin and I'm pulling a Nate Wiggins and I'm saying, give me Andrew Voorhees. I'll take Voorhees this week. Line me up across from Voorhees or Lele, and I got you. I'm not messing around trying to rush on the only 2 decent linemen outside of Linderbaum. Put me inside and let me go kill Lamar.
Yeah, but then that's when we run to the outside. Well, this is the one that we'll actually stick to the game plan and run to the outside.
I'm sorry, y'all run the ball. That's the thing y'all do.
Yeah, we We do it when you least expect it.
And please let me remind you that you're not going to be able to just run outside, because Derrick Henry, on the majority of his carries, gets hit right after he gets the ball. Okay.
This is a race to the bottom for sure. We'll see if we can stick to the game plan and run, because yes, Derrick Henry does get blown up on a majority of those runs, but he'll also, if you keep giving the ball, he'll break for a 50-yard run as well. You know, and the Ravens showed y'all last year the formula, right? Just keep running on them. They'll gas out. So it's not that they don't know what to do. They know what to do. And it is just about, what is Harbaugh is he going to commit to it? You know, or is he going to try to get cute?
We've got, what is it now? 18 years of the answer being he's going to try to get cute.
Well,
not quite 18, but you know,
it all depends, right? Does he feel any pressure to win? When he feels pressure to win, all of a sudden they play a masterful game.
Yeah,
you know, they figure things out.
He don't feel no pressure.
Yeah. So and Lamar's going to have to put the pressure on him in this offseason. We'll talk about that. But for this game, no, I do expect them to run the ball on them. I just don't think Pittsburgh has anything that they can do on offense. Let's be real. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to play? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he came back and he finished last week.
Yeah, that was stupid. He should not be playing. He's got a broken hand.
Aaron Rodgers ain't smart.
Yeah. They are worse. They're just a worse team. And I think Tomlin's the better coach. I don't think he can overcome what they got going on there.
But it's never mattered if y'all were better than Pittsburgh or not. You just you struggle to beat them.
Yeah, but they look especially bad this year.
Yeah.
What's up, Big Reg? Thanks for coming through.
Reg.
The Ravens are favored by 6 points at home. I think that holds up. You know, this might be like a 10, 12 point win. T says John is okay with just enough and a winning record, not Super Bowl. Yeah, he got his one Super Bowl and he wants to coast the rest of the time, which is why you got to fire him. You got to have standards if you're trying to build like that type of team.
More to the point, Steve Bisciotti is okay with a winning record and not winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, John couldn't be okay with that unless the owner was okay with that, because he'd be fired.
Yeah.
But he knows he's not getting fired.
Yeah. Hey, Charm City Charlie, what's going on, man? What's going on here? I got you. You pumped up. You pumped up. Calm it down.
The rest cheated y'all last week. I mean, you lost by 18.
No, your coach cheated you. He's pissed off. Well, calm it down, man. Relax. All right.
Y'all should get this win, though. I said that about Cincinnati. I was joking, but this time I mean it. Y'all should get this win over Pittsburgh and wrap up this division over the next couple of weeks and get ready to lose to Buffalo in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is one of those years. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's week to week.
It is.
The Ravens can beat anybody, and anybody can beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
And that goes every team. I don't care which team you're a fan of in this in this playoff picture right now. If you're a fan of the Patriots, Broncos, Chargers, Ravens, or Steelers, Texans, I don't think they're in. I think they're right there. Bills, Jaguars are in right now. They're leading the division. Any of those, if you're a fan of any of those teams, no team that you have to face, you're looking at and saying we can't win. Right? There's no team that you go into a playoff game and say we can't beat them. You're saying we can beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is going to be a very interesting playoff. So no, I even though we're saying a lot of negative things about how the team's performing, poor coaching, all that's true. Poor GM, we can still win.
They absolutely could if they get Lamar back on track.
Yeah.
If Lamar does not get back on track, then no, you cannot win.
Dandy is killing it today. She said Steve Yachty is also okay with mediocrity, and that's why Harbaugh is able to slack the way he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's ticket sales for him, right? Are we making money? If the answer is yes, then let it ride. If ticket sales slide, then we got a problem. Sorry, no one says, when does Monken's contract end? You know, he'll probably be the sacrificial lamb this offseason if they keep Harbaugh on board. If they say, hey, Harbaugh's coming back, they'll get rid of Monken and blame it all on Tom Monken. They already put the hit pieces out. Those 2 hit pieces in the Baltimore Banner and the Baltimore Sun. That was them trying to set the stage to make him the fall guy. But fans were too smart for it. They weren't buying it, obviously.
Yeah, but the problem for Todd is the offense has gone in the tank since then.
Yeah, it's true.
Like at the time, they were one of the best offenses in the league. And so the hit pieces didn't even make sense. But now the offense has gone into the tank. Yeah. So, yeah.
But we also understand that it's all on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, it's hard. I mean, Lamar hasn't played great, but he's also hurt. Mm-hmm. It's understood he's hurt. The offensive line can't protect. And those are things. It's just like, what can you do as a coach? There's very few things that you can do to mitigate that.
You can run the ball more than 10 times.
Yeah, I agree. And
whether that's his call or not, it's going to be his fault.
And yes, and that's where he just has to go against Harbaugh, right? If you're gonna give me the blame and I'm gonna be up out of here, then I'm just not going to listen to you. I'm gonna call the plays I think are going to work. Mm-hmm. If you want to fire me, especially when they're working, that's on you, right? That's on you. I'm going to call these plays. We need to get the ball to Derrick Henry more than 10 times. I'm going to make sure he gets the ball. If you want to scream at me or whatever, go ahead. You want to fire me? Go ahead. But if it's working and you fire me, then everybody knows what it is. You expose yourself. So Todd Monken, if that's what's going on, you need to go ahead and you need to call it out. We have some stats. We have some next gen stats. Let's bring them up.
This is the Steelers defense. The Steelers defense has allowed 365.1 total yards per game in 2025, which ranks 5th worst in the NFL. That is the worst mark in a season by the Steelers in franchise history. Worst Steelers defense ever.
Damn.
And y'all are struggling to take advantage of it. They've got no defense.
Well, we don't know yet.
Quarterback. No, I mean over the course of the season, like Baltimore. Realistically, Baltimore should have this division wrapped up already.
But yeah.
Y'all stumbled yourselves.
Yeah. I think there's been obviously the Buffalo game we should have won. I mean, we should have ran away with that. I feel like we should have beaten the Lions at home, but whatever, right? Obviously the Bengals game we just lost, that should have been a win. We should have beaten the Rams, even without Lamar. You know, they showed a little bit more heart in that game. There's at least 3 to 4 games that we should have right now.
Heart resides in the South, my friend.
That's a fact.
You saw what the Panthers did to Matt Stafford. Shut his MVP campaign down.
Well, we'll see. There's still a lot of season left. All right, what's the next stat?
Lamar Jackson has not thrown a touchdown pass in each of his last 3 starts, which is the longest such streak of his career. Jackson led the NFL with a 127.1 passer rating in weeks 1 to 10, but he ranks 2nd worst in the NFL with a 63.1 passer rating since week 11. And again, this is what we kind of talked about. He's been hurt multiple times. They can't protect him. And the not throwing a touchdown pass is, I mean, partially true. I mean, it's true technically. But he did throw a touchdown pass to Zay Flowers. He did throw a touchdown pass to Isaiah Likely. He threw what probably should have been at least 1 touchdown pass to Devontae Walker. Just none of them ended up as touchdowns. So,
I messed up. Charm City, my bad. I accidentally banned you.
Wow.
My bad.
Wow.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
This is
you're back.
This is as good a time as any This is as good a time as
I was just giving him a 1 minute cool off. Like,
this is as good a time as any to talk about something we always mention on the show that Danity runs the chat. Right?
You're back, Trump City. You're back.
Danity runs the chat. If you get banned, you can't talk to us. You got to talk to Danity. We ain't got nothing to do with that. And Jose is illustrating a this is kind of like he's play acting a bit. Stay in your lane, John Harbaugh. Stop getting involved in the offense, right?
Let Todd
Monken do his job.
He's a little too hyped up, man. Just calm it down a little bit. I was giving a little cool off period, and the chat's moving fast. Man, there's a lot of people in here. We appreciate y'all. The chat was moving fast, and then it went from timeout to ban use. I was like, oh no, I didn't mean that. That.
But again, stay in your lane, right? Stay in your lane, John. Don't mess with Todd Monken.
Right? Dandy got it. My bad. Dandy got it. He's not banished. He's back. Charles said he's back. He's fine. He's okay. He's okay. All right.
I don't see any evidence that he's okay.
I mean, he's cooling off. He's cooling off. We got one more stat.
What's up next? Derrick Henry has averaged 108.4 rushing yards per game in December and January in his career. That is the highest rushing yards per game average by any player to play at least 25 career games in December and January since 1970. And there he is. He's back. Not your bad. That's Jose's bad. You don't apologize.
It was your bad.
It's not his bad. That's your bad.
But it is my bad.
But again, Derrick Henry, you brought him in for a reason. Use him. That's all. That's all there is to that. And while we're at it, go ahead and use Keaton Mitchell as well. And while we're at it, go ahead and use Justice Hill and Rasheen Ali as well.
Well, Hill is hurt right now. He's out for a few weeks.
But I'm just saying in general, just use them. Use what you have at your disposal. Now, I've been pounding the table for Devontae Walker to get back out there. Not going to do that this week. Okay, maybe have a seat and reflect on what you did this past week, Tez. But use DeAndre.
I say bring Tez.
I put Tez out there, but
it's a bad drop. But
it's one of those things where it's two. It's one of those things where you can't yell at people, look at me, and then when everybody turns around, fall on your face.
Well, not quite. Yeah. He has performed before.
Okay, but when we say perform before, we're talking about like 4 catches. So
for 3 touchdowns.
Okay, but when you have 4 catches and then you drop the next touchdowns. 2, it's not great.
He needs more targets.
It's not great.
That's when you gotta show the confidence. Say, hey, let's just run it back. I'll get the next one. But this also goes to the deficiency in our offense, because every mistake gets amplified because we don't pass the ball enough, right? And we're also not running enough. Like it's weird, right? Because our best player outside of Lamar doesn't get the ball enough, so it feels like we're not really running. But the passing plays aren't really there either. So it's like, what are they doing out there? Just 3 and outs a lot of times.
Listen,
misfires.
Fire John Harbaugh. Fire your offensive line coach as well, because and I hate to just relate everything to Carolina, but Carolina has had a lot of O-line injuries, a lot this season, and their O-line is still going out there and outperforming Baltimore.
For another reference, the Bills last week had both of their tackles out, and they broke a record.
And James Cook went off.
Yeah.
But it was the worst Steelers defense of all time. So
yeah. Salute to Dre, man. Mr. Galloway. Make sure y'all subscribe to Mr. Galloway's channel. It says Jose the Hoodie.
Hey man, Dre, we need the update on the top 30 rappers of all time list. Okay. I asked Hendo when it was happening, because I sent my list in weeks ago, and he said, ask Dre. I don't know why Hendo is passing the buck like that, but now I'm asking you.
Yeah, see, Chauncey, what you put right there, that's what I'm telling you to chill on. Chill on that. Chill on that. Don't be spamming the chat with that. All right. We'll see. We have to take advantage. I mean, their offense isn't playing great either. If our defense is, he's waiting on us. Okay. All right. Say less. Say less. It if our defense is going to pretend that we made strides and we are going to be as good as advertised, this is one of the games we have to go out there and dominate.
Yeah.
And our offense, if we are going to say, hey, we're going to turn the corner, we're going to play better. Lamar told that Steelers radio person or Pittsburgh radio person, say less. You know, they called him overrated. He said, say less. All right, we'll see what's up. Okay, go out there and do it. Because while, yes, a lot of those things are out of Lamar's control. Poor O-line, not great targets to throw to. He did have some bad throws. Like, there's some things that he could absolutely clean up, and he has to go. If you're going to be out there playing, you have to play.
Yeah.
Right? You have to play. You have to perform. So go out there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, and look, Lamar didn't play well, obviously. He played very poorly. But there was enough there for them to win that game. He made enough throws for them to win that game. If the other, and it's not even on the other players necessarily, but if those other things come through, they could have still won that game. But
Agreed.
You know, it's just one of those things. And this is the only reason that we said that early in the season that they probably wouldn't win 10 straight, and it's just because it's hard to play well that many weeks in a row.
Yeah.
No, most teams can't do it.
But the good thing is that game didn't hurt them.
Right.
Even if the Steelers would have won, it didn't hurt them. Yeah.
No, not really, because you got two more against Pittsburgh, and it's like Carolina, right? Like Carolina at this point has they've got New Orleans, Tampa twice, and Seattle. Doesn't even matter what they do against Seattle. If they go out there and they beat New Orleans and they beat Tampa, they are division champions.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the position you want to be in. You don't have to rely on anybody. You don't need any help. You just got to go out there and do what you need to do. And if you're not good enough to do that, then you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. So that's why when I say everything's in front of us, that's what I mean. I don't mean, hey, we're a lot to the Super Bowl. Nobody's a lot to the Super Bowl, but we have just as much of an opportunity as anybody else. Which comment you reading, B?
This is from Kogan. He says, if I trust anybody to clean up their mistakes, it's Lamar. The jury is out on everybody else except Harbaugh. He has been and always will be a bum. I would say that I would not expect Isaiah Likely to have that kind of mistake again, right? Zay Flowers thing, he had the fumble obviously, but the touchdown that got wiped away, that was a referee thing. It just wasn't a good call. Like, he pushed off, but that's not a call that you make in the NFL typically. So he had no expectation of, hey, if I push off a little bit, they're going to throw a flag on this. That's not what happens. So I would.
Especially they didn't call it later on in the game.
Yeah,
like usually if you're calling it both ways, then you're like, okay, that's just
it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't call it both ways. So yeah, I think that takes care of itself. And I mean, Tez probably won't ever see the field again, so that's not an issue.
Hey, shout out to Go. Hey, Go man, we appreciate you, man. Like he's been in every he's been coming to every stream. He comes in the morning, he's here at night. Hey, we appreciate you. Go man, don't want to hear no disrespect to Harbaugh or anybody on the Ravens team. All right, let me tell you who Go man is. Go man is this guy right here. Hold on. Where's the picture? Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. No. Go man's at the front. Okay. Go man's in the front.
That's right.
Don't you disrespect my team. Okay.
What's up, House? He says, I'm late. Got to go back and see what we all thoughts on the ridiculous Andrews extension. Confusion, but happy for Mark. Very happy for Mark.
Yes.
Don't know why Eric did that. But yeah, it's a team that doesn't care about. It's a team that does not care about trying to really put themselves out there to take that next step. That's all it is in Baltimore. They're not going to, exert themselves to try to get over the hill, over the top of the hill. They're not going to make that move.
Me and B always advocate for players, and we're always for players making as much money as possible, especially in the NFL. So we're happy for Mark individually. We are. But as a fan, me of a team, and just looking at the team, and B supports the team as well, like because I'm a fan. That shows that you're just not a good GM. Like, good GMs don't make those moves.
Yeah.
Right? That's an emotional move.
Because it's not even one of those moves where you're like, okay, he's meant so much to the team. He's come through for us over and over again in clutch moments, and so we're just going to give him the contract just because. I understand when teams do that. Like, if Kansas City gave Travis Kelce one more extension, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, you shouldn't have, but I get it. Yeah. Mark hasn't come through for y'all at all.
Right.
Like, it just is what it is. He has not come through for the Ravens at all.
Elfon says, does likely price himself out now since Andrews is mistakenly tight end one through the next few years again? I don't know how likely prices himself out. He's not playing well.
Likely pricing himself out is likely asking for the minimum in Baltimore. They're telling that young man to go seek employment elsewhere.
Yeah. What's up, Josh? He says that is someone Lamar trusts, though. Yes. I think care. I don't care. Like B said, I don't care. Right? Yes, he trusts him. You'll trust somebody else. So you're not going to trust George Pickens when we go and sign him?
That's the thing. He trusts Mark because Mark has been the best receiver he's had for the entirety of his career. Go get him a better one.
Let's think about this. For those of you who think Eric DeCosta is still one of the top GMs in the league, I want to ask y'all a question. Mark Andrews is on a decline. Brock Bowers, he's going up. He hasn't hit his prime yet. Hasn't hit his prime yet. Why not try to make a trade for Brock Bowers? Do you think Eric DeCosta could pull off a trade for Brock Bowers? Do you think so, B? You think
no.
if he was really trying to make a trade for you think because the Raiders wouldn't trade Brock Bowers?
I think the Raiders would be insane to trade Brock Bowers, but even if they were open to it, I don't think DeCosta could pull it off.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. If Howie Roseman wanted to go after Brock Bowers. Exactly.
Honestly, if we're assuming the Raiders are open to trading him, if that's the assumption that we're making, they're open to trading him, and Philly wants him, Philly's going to get him.
Listen, the Browns have no interest in trading Myles Garrett. The Eagles said we'll give you 4 first-round picks, and they're like
3. It was 3.
Right. 3 first-round picks. They're like 3. No, wait a minute. I thought you were calling about Shador. Like they will entice you to pull something off like that. If Howie Roseman wants Brock Bowers, because they're vulnerable right now. They are down bad. They don't have a quarterback. And as good as Brock Bowers is, and he's young, you can get a young quarterback and build with him. If a team comes over and says, man, 2 first-round picks, we gave you a couple second and third-round picks, you can stack up on these picks for that tight end, he's gone.
Well, yeah, just like you saw in New York, right? Do you really think they wanted to trade Sauce Gardner?
Right.
No, but somebody came and offered him 2 first-round picks for him. Okay, bye, Sauce.
The D lineman.
It's been real. Quinnen,
yeah.
A first and a second. It's been real, Quinnen. But now we've got 5 first-round picks over the next 2 drafts, and we're going to rebuild without you.
Yeah. Yeah. T says we have a few vets. EDC, I think, holds on to them because we have midlife identity crisis. Yeah. We have to make some I don't call them tough decisions. I think they're obvious decisions. We get rid of some of those guys on defense if you have to. If you need to open up cap to bring in some talent at the guard positions and at wide receiver. If you don't have enough cap, you need to open up cap. Look towards the defense to get your money. If you can find a way to fit it all under the cap, cool. All right. And we got another super chat.
Otherwise, we're looking at you, Roquan. Gregory says Lamar Jackson is not Michael Vick. He's the modern day Barry Sanders. tons of impact / records, but won't win any titles with this organization. That got sadder the more I read.
But thank you for the super
thank you very much. And I don't even disagree. We talked about this a long time ago. It was how they were going down the road of treating Lamar the same way Carolina treated Cam, which is, hey, you're Superman, go get it done. We gonna be chilling over here. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah,
and that's basically all they did.
The reluctance to make changes at the top tells me they're not serious about winning the Super Bowl. Yeah. They're just not serious about winning the Super Bowl. They should have at least said, "Hey, how about if you don't win it this year, you're out." And they should have said that about 3 years ago. You don't win it this year, you're out. We have to make a change. Our window is now, and we have to get somebody in here that can get it done.
Hey, you know when they should have fired John Harbaugh? Back in 2018 when they were going to.
Yeah.
When you decided that you were going to fire your coach, fire your coach.
And he was ready to be fired, and the players were ready for him to be fired.
Right. But then Lamar came in, and now you feel differently about John? Make that make sense.
Right. Yeah. See, Iron Addict, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming through. They are handcuffing them once again. Yeah. Yeah.
Like the whole thing is with, he trusts Mark, and that's his guy. Cool, man. He will make other friends. I promise you. Lamar will be okay.
John City says we should have got Slay. They tried to get Slay. All right. And that's another thing too. Why is our top 5 GM always trying to get players but never succeeding? You guys ever notice that? The Ravens were interested in this person. They almost got this person. Are you not one of the best GMs in the league? Why aren't you getting these things done? Oh, you wanted Jalen Phillips? Why is he an Eagle? You wanted Darius Slay? Why was he with Pittsburgh and now with the Bills? You really wanted those guys? Why didn't you get it done?
Yeah, because they didn't want Darius Slay because they should be. Yeah, they're ahead of the Bills on the.
They wanted Jalen Ramsey too. Remember that?
Yeah, but I'm saying like Darius just got picked up off of waivers. If they wanted him, they would have him. They didn't want him, and that's fine. You don't need another corner anyway.
No, we don't. EDCB window.
Why you ain't get Adam Thielen?
No. Hey T, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. And this is a perfect segue because we gotta move on. We gotta keep this show going. 108 people in here. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to keep hanging out with us after the show, patreon.com/LBHT Show. Also, there's channel members. We didn't get rid of the memberships, and some people are signed up, so we want to honor their memberships. Like Kwame here. Appreciate you, Kwame. Mama Vera got a few extra years. Yeah,
he did.
But sign up. That's the way you can sign up if you want to be a channel member. It's $5. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. Also $5. We have other tiers that get you some other perks, but any tier will get you access to the overtime show. All right, and that's what we'll be talking about after this show. Well, we'll be talking about athletes still going broke. Oh yeah, and thank you, Adelia. She just reminded me I didn't put up the overtime show yet. That will go up.
You know what else we're gonna talk about? My favorite subject.
What?
Chris Paul still losing. Chris Paul got sent home today.
Love it. We should take it easy on Chris Paul.
Love
it. But yes, patreon.com/LBHT Show is where you want to go. All right. It's time for Court of Public Opinion. Now, you all have strong feelings about your team and other teams. As a fan, right? We go to these games and we're cheering for our team or we're heckling the other team. How far should you be allowed to take it? How much should the players be forced to endure? Right? Mm-hmm. We have a situation. This Sacramento super fan, this is basketball now. Sacramento Kings super fan was trying to hold a player accountable, and we'll go over the interaction. And he explains what he said and what that player said to him. Talk about Zach LaVine. Talk about what Zach LaVine said to him, and he gave his thoughts on this. So we're gonna play this video. It's about 2 minutes. I edited it down, but I let him go on a little rant so you can kind of get a full perspective of him, and just kind of see where his mindset was. And I want to know if you guys agree with this.
I apologize to you too. I was livid, and you didn't deserve, to have to push me out of the game. I should have just left. But basically what happened is, after not one, not two, not three, not four, but after the sixth time, Zach LaVine leaves his man wide open for a three. Doug Christie calls the timeout. They come over to the bench. I say, yo, we don't pay to watch you not play defense. And Zach LaVine looks at me and says, then go home. I see people saying he called me a bitch. He did not call me a bitch. He said, because if he did, it would have been way worse than what y'all saw. But he didn't do that. So I'm not going to put that on him, right? But he said, then go home, take your ass home. So I started letting him have it. I was like, no, I pay to be here. You go home. You getting paid over $40 million. You only got 8 points, and we in the fourth quarter. You didn't show up. Once again, you didn't show up. All these fans in Sacramento, they deserve better than that. This is one of the dopest and best fan bases. I'm not even from Sacramento. I'm from Brooklyn. I moved out here when I was in the military. I got out, created my business, became super successful, and I had signed Montrezl Harrell. We were making his sneakers. I went to one Kings game. The arena, the staff, everybody was so dope. They hit me up and said, you want to be a season ticket holder? And I said, yup. And I got to watch Fox. I got to make it to the playoffs. I got to watch Coach Brown. All of that stuff from Doug coming up from Sacramento legend and being a coach. All of that stuff. I come to every game. I drive an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. So that's 3 hours of my day that I come to watch you guys play. I cheer as loud as possible. I cheer till my voice is hoarse for this team. So to have a player that we say, we don't come here to watch you not play defense, get a attitude and tell a fan then go home. No, you go home and find your game. How about that? Go home and find the game that you left there, because you're not bringing it to the arena. And that's all this is about.
You're muted. But first and foremost, I want to.
I just put in the chat. How do y'all feel? Okay, I want your honest answers. Do you agree with them? Are you feeling them on that? You think he's out of line? Type in the chat. Let me know what you think. Go ahead, B.
First and foremost, I want to address the part where he's like, I pay to be here. I drove an hour and a half here, an hour and a half back. That's 3 hours out of my day to come watch you. Sucks for you, bro. Listen, you knew they sucked before you got there that night. You knew they sucked when you left. You knew they sucked a couple weeks ago when you bought the tickets. You know they're going to suck tomorrow. Don't get mad that you drove to the arena for a garbage-ass team. Now, that is a thing that we talk about a lot on here, right? Which is these leagues have done a fantastic job of selling that brand loyalty, right? Like, oh, you gotta support your team no matter what. Your team is an entertainment product. You support your team as long as they are entertaining you. And if they are not entertaining you and you think they're not playing well, yeah, sit your ass at home and watch them or watch something else. You know what gets changed in your team if you're unhappy? You not giving them money. You know what makes Sacramento continue to be bad? You giving them your money regardless of what their record is. So you're absolutely wrong to be like, oh, well, I pay to come here and I drive so far to come here and I spend so much time out of my day to be here. Then you're a fool. You know they're bad. You know they're bad. Like I said, when Jimmy Clausen went to Carolina, I watched one half of one game and I said, this team ain't it. And I didn't watch them the rest of the season because I knew they were garbage. I watched other football. I was very happy that season. I don't know what happened with the Panthers. I know they lost most of their games. Don't care. Wasn't worth watching. Now, as far as the actual interaction between him and Zach LaVine, right? Yeah, you're there to cheer. You're a fan. You can say what you want. The problem in this scenario is you're too close to the players. You shouldn't be having a conversation with Zach LaVine and telling him anything. but that's an NBA issue because if you watch the video, he is essentially in their huddle.
Yes.
And no, you don't have the right to be getting in the player's face and talking to him like that, right? Because again, if that security guard, he was like, oh, it would have gone way different. Yeah, it would have gone way different if you tried to do something.
Yeah.
Them Kings players who are all teammates and friends with Zach, they would have beat the hell out of you. That's if security didn't get you out of there in time.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, he was just like, oh, if he called me that, then it went way different. What do you think was going to happen in your mind? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, what do you mean way different? As soon as Zach said, then leave, security went and escorted you out. Yeah. Like, he tried, like, no, you leave. You found out who has the authority there. When you said you leave, he stayed on the court. When he said then leave, the security went and said, hey, just get your things. Come with me real quick. Just walk this way. Don't make it a big deal. Right? Like, you saw who was who there. You were going to do what in that moment, right? Because when he called you, like, he still disrespected you.
Yeah.
Right? He disrespected you. Like,
he wasn't saying you leave, friend. That's not what he said.
He wasn't saying that. What were you gonna do? Nothing. Right? Which is the proper response. Okay. Like you're an adult. He said it. He said it in the clip too. Like, he's older than the players. He's a little bit older, probably around our age. Yeah, you shouldn't be acting out. You shouldn't be doing that either. And listen, man, I'm with B on this. There should not be courtside seats. I'm against that. Right. One, that's just, is B frozen? I think B's frozen. Oh, there you go. You're back. I don't like the elitism of that. Those $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 seats that they put out there. Right. But also, man, like, you're just too close to the players. And because he pays so much money, I think he said he paid like $10,000 for those tickets. Because you're that close, you feel like you're entitled to say what you want to say. You feel like you are a part of the team. You are part of the game. Like, he's talking like he's a teammate.
Yeah.
You're not a teammate. Nobody cares if you drove there and back 3 hours. Nobody cares. Right? That's your decision. You're not part of the team. You saying no, you go home. Bro, he's working. You're not working there. Right? Like, you feel too entitled. Push them back. You can make your comments from back, back there where you're not right in the huddle, because this happened during the huddle.
Yeah,
this happened during the huddle.
He was trying to lean in. He was trying to get some tips.
Right?
Like, no, man, you need to back. I've never liked. Like, I enjoy watching tennis, but I've never liked the fact that they shush the crowd. And like, you can't say anything, you can't cheer anything while the match is going on. Like, because my position has always been, they're athletes. You're supposed to be mentally tough. That's a part of performing at a professional level. But man, fans are such idiots. Like, they really are. So yeah, tell them all to shut up. I don't care. You know what my favorite playoff was? It was in the bubble when there weren't any fans there. Like, I like the much crowd. Better. I like the crowd. You like the energy of the crowd. Right. But overall, I just preferred it when it was just the players out there. You could hear them talking, and you were right there on the court, kind of with the rail cam. Like, when you had to deal with people like in the playoffs, cool. The fans, they add to the atmosphere. In late November, early December in Sacramento, I don't need the fans there for what?
And let's just be real about it, right? Like, it's that barrier that fans think they have between themselves and the players that lets them act that way, right? Because, and look, I had no problem. I had no problem with what he said there in his home on Instagram, putting out a video. That's where you express your frustrations. Everything he said in that video about Zach LaVine, that's fine. Like that's fine. That's what we do here. So I don't have a problem with that. But you're at the game, he's playing, and you're shouting at him while they're in the huddle because you're close enough for him to hear you. And he responds back to you. What do you think he was going to say? My bad, dog.
That's the key part, right? Because when you're sitting back, yeah, you can scream at Zach LaVine. You can talk about how sorry his defense is, whatever. He's not going to respond to you. You're getting your frustration out. the thing that pissed him off was not Zach LaVine's defense. The thing that pissed him off was he said something about Zach LaVine's defense, and Zach LaVine responded in a disrespectful manner. That's what set him off. Like you said, what are you expecting? You said it right in his face.
And
move
Zach,
back and don't talk to him personally. He don't care what you think. Yeah,
and he's right. And Zach LaVine is right in what he said. I'm not even disagreeing with what the guy said. Right, like you pay hard-earned money to go see these guys play. You don't want them taking days off. You don't want them taking breaks or anything like that. Like you want them to go out there and perform because they are getting paid a lot of money, right? And you want them to respect that. But they're human, and sometimes they don't respect that, and they're still at work. They're still doing their job. Hey, you don't berate your, like when you go to Starbucks and they mess up your order or they do something half-assed. You don't go out there and berate those workers, right? Like they're employees. These players are employees. They're millionaire employees, a lot of them, but they're gonna have off nights. Some of them aren't gonna be that good, and you can get frustrated if you want. But like B said, don't pay any more tickets. Don't pay for any more tickets. Don't go to any more games. Go home and rant. Because if you were out of the stadium and you're walking by him on the sidewalk, you would not have that same energy for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, don't address him personally and then get upset when he addresses you back.
Yep.
Kwame said it's like saying I called off work to watch the game, so y'all better win. Ron Artest would have knocked him out. Sacramento been bad for 100 years. No, but we talked about that offline too. Like when it was, fans think they can say whatever they want to players. They think they can do whatever they want to players. That fan thought he could throw a beer on Ron Artest and nothing would happen. He was wrong. And later on in that clip, another fan found himself on the court. He turned around and there was a 7-foot Jermaine O'Neal staring him down. And you could see him going through the fight or flight. And he was like, I'm here. I guess we got to go. And he got punched in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, stay in your lane. Sit in your seat. Cheer, boo, do whatever. Don't get disrespectful personally with the players, or if you're going to, don't get upset when they disrespect you back.
Yeah, I mean, Trump City, he's saying in person, I'm telling you, no, you're not. And this is not about. It's not a fear thing. It's not. Oh well, I'm afraid he's going to beat me up, and he will. and he will. Like these guys are world-class athletes. And your 10-15 seconds of fighting that you're used to doing, they'll dance around you, and once you wear out, they'll drop you. Right?
So if I see you lacking, I'm saying something. So you just walk around all day starting fights? That's what you do?
Right. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about when you have that face-to-face interaction, you have more that decency. Like when you have a barrier, that's why people talk so tough and toxic online, because you're anonymous in a way, right? Like people don't really know who you are, and some people can't handle that, and they act a fool, and they wouldn't act that way in public. You wouldn't act that way in public with anybody. You would have more decency. You wouldn't walk up to Zach on the street and be like, yo, man, you suck. You wouldn't do that, because he gets to say what he wants to you at that point. And you can say you start fighting them. No, you won't. No, you won't. That's why you'll say what you want on the camera or whatever. Now, it's different if Zach comes up to you and says, hey, what did you think about my game last night? Or what do you think of me as a player? Right? Then you can say, man, I think you're terrible. To be honest, I don't think you're a good player or whatever. He asked you for your opinion, but just him walking by and minding his own business, you're gonna stop him and start something? No, you're not.
Here's the thing, Charm City. He says he's human like me. Just because he in the NBA don't make him better. If you're talking about walking up on a stranger on the street and getting in his face and telling him he sucks, then he is better. Who does that? You don't do that to anybody, because it's not, like you said, it's not decent. Right. You leave people alone. You're not going to walk up on some random person and get in their face and start talking shit to them. Why?
No. Yeah. And that's childish, right? You can look at a player and say, hey, we're not John Harbaugh fans. We're not EDC fans. If I walk by him somewhere, I meet him somewhere, I'm not going to be like, yo, I think you suck, right? Now, if he asks me, oh, hey, you for lunch break hot take, hey, what do you think about the season? Then I'll tell him, yeah, I think you're doing a bad job since you're asking.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what being an adult is like. And for that guy to act like that was a childish moment for him. He's an adult. Mm-hmm. I have faith that he wouldn't do that typically in public, right? But he had a childish moment and he apologized. But you know, go on your rant at home. But this whole, hey, we're paying money and this and that. Listen, man, that doesn't give you ownership over these players. It doesn't give you any ownership other than the seats, you know, temporarily that you're sitting in to watch the game. And that needs to be a rule. They did it right. They got rid of him. When you're sitting that close, you just can't be, you can't heckle the players the way other fans do.
Yeah.
You know, imagine that guy sitting right behind the bench of a NFL team, yelling at one of these players like that. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Like,
imagine that dude having a seat on the apron of a boxing match talking crap to a fighter. Like, no, you keep the fans away from the athletes.
Right. Adelia says social media has emboldened some people to the extent that they now say dumb things they put on Twitter in real life, not thinking of the consequences. Yes. No, you're right. You're right. And that's other people gassing them up a lot of times. And that's people that haven't gone outside. Yeah. That aren't used to going outside and not really understanding the real life consequences of things that will happen to them. But guess what? Adelia? Guess what? They learn. That's their first life lesson.
Years ago, somebody put out a video talking about he couldn't wait to see some of these younger kids get disrespectful in public and just realize that they couldn't just scream ratio.
That's the moment they learn, and once they learn that lesson, they never forget it. All right. So look, man, this man's guilty, but they let him back. He was back at the game the other day. You know, he got a warm welcome from some of the fans there. It's all good. I bet you he won't say anything else to Zach LaVine moving forward.
Yeah.
Fair said, I once spent money on pasta in Jersey. It sucked, so I won't get that restaurant. I won't give that restaurant my money. You know the product in Sacramento is bad. Why you keep giving them your money? That's the thing. Mm-hmm. When something is bad, you don't go in there and start berating everybody because what you'll never see that man do is scream at the GM when he walks by. Mm-hmm. You won't ever see him saying, "Hey, man, we're not paying you to put together this crappy team." Right? He won't say that to the GM. He won't say that to the owner if he sees the owner sitting courtside. Hey, man, I ain't you don't get paid all this money, to put together this terrible product out here. You'll never see him say that.
Yeah, the Mavericks.
You never hear him mention
for a lot of years. I didn't really see people getting in confrontations with Mark Cuban while he was sitting down there.
Yeah. Josh says, I call Trump sir just for being the president, and I can't stand MAGA. So would most people who feel the same way, or so would most people who feel the same way? Hey, I wouldn't call him sir. I just wouldn't address him, to be honest. But yes, there's still a level of human decency for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. What's up, Kim? Says, okay, Josh. Hey. You taking things a bit too far. I'll never call him sir. I get Josh's sentiment.
The point remains, like you're going to be cordial. You're going to be polite. You're not going to just run up on somebody and try to start something just because.
Fact. So, all right. Chaos says, did you guys see this troll get approached by Rampage Jackson? He almost peed on himself. No, I didn't see that, but yeah,
that is the appropriate response because Rampage will hurt you.
Yes, he will. All right, we got some submitted questions. We got to get up out of here.
Yeah. All right, first one from AKA Young Wild. What do you make of the way so many Ravens fans have turned on Lamar? It's okay to say he's playing poorly. I'm talking about the people saying that the Ravens should trade Lamar or Lamar needs to take a pay cut if he wants to stay. When he sits out, he's faking. When he plays hurt, he should be benched for Huntley. Or the Bateman Brigade claiming he'd be a top 15 wide receiver if not for Lamar. Meanwhile, Bills fans say Allen put the team on his back while passing for less yards than Cook rushed for this week. Where's the disconnect?
All right, let me say this. Let me say this. Those fans didn't turn on Lamar. They've always hated Lamar.
Yeah.
Right. And because Lamar was playing so great, and he's such a great player, like even for their standards, they had to say, okay, I got to chill a little bit. I'm hating too much now. He's playing too good, and my hate is showing too much, and it's just going to stand out. Now that he's not playing as well, he's going through a slump. Then they can come back out and be like, yeah, see, he's not any good. He's this, he's that. We should trade him. All that stuff. All the things that they always felt, because it's not about how good or bad he is. They don't want a black quarterback being the star of this team, right? That's where a lot of it comes from. Now, Josh Allen, you hear a lot from the mainstream media, these narratives, but I can tell you that even in their fan base, there are people that are highly critical of Josh Allen. It's like this in every fan base. Matt Stafford, all those years when he was in Detroit, yes, national media always held up Matt Stafford as a darling, right? One of the best quarterbacks in the league. Local fans weren't rocking with him like that because they never won. When I say never won, they never won playoff games. It took them 13 years. 12 or 13 years to win a playoff game. You think those Detroit fans were happy with that?
Right.
No. So yes, because we're here in this market, we hear everything, right? But those people didn't turn on Lamar Jackson. They were never on his side.
Yeah, no, that's it. To address the Rashad Bateman stuff, like look, every fan base has a certain percentage of delusional fans. Personally, I think it's a bit higher in Baltimore than some other fan bases. It's higher. It's highest in Washington, I think, but it's higher in Baltimore than a lot of other teams. And Rashad Bateman's just not that good. He just isn't. And you don't need to have me tell you that. You can look at the 2 contract extensions that he's signed to tell you that.
We said that when he signed this last contract. First of all, we were like, well, why would you do that? You would have made more money if you just waited until free agency. You'd have made more money, and we want you to get more money. But the fact that he took, like you said, he signed that first extension and then signed this one, that tells you there's a lack of confidence in his skills, right? You don't really believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And he's playing that way. You don't see him saying, hey, get me the rock, get me the ball. Why would he say that? He's like, I'm looking at my check, and my yards are in accordance with what they're paying me. He's content. I got a decent amount of money. I'll be here for a little bit. I'm good. I ain't gotta be a star. I don't want that's not good enough for a first round pick. I don't want that.
No. Next up, we've got a question from D Weezy. Thank you very much, Derek. He says, with the Panthers' trend of comeback wins, should the front office propose a rule change that they automatically puts the Panthers down by 2 points at the start of the fourth quarter? No, thank you. I think that what you're seeing is a team growing up and learning how to win. They've gotten big wins over the Rams and the Packers. You see a quarterback who does not get rattled in crunch time. And like I said, just a team that is still growing and coming together. They're not going to be coming from behind much longer. Another year of building that roster up, and they are just going to be flat out winning.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, we have a question. Well, we have 3 questions from Shug because Shug does not know how to follow rules. So I'm going to pick. I'll say that will LeBron make it through the year with the Lakers? Yes.
Yes.
I think that, I think he's happy to see Luka and Austin kind of take the lead. And Austin has taken another step up. He's playing great so far. Luka is Luka. The rest of the team it fits around them now, and LeBron can take that step back and not have to carry the team for 40 minutes a night, which he shouldn't have been doing to begin with. He doesn't have to carry the scoring load, and he can kind of just get in where he fits in. And I think that is great for the team because LeBron is still a very good player, and to have him as the third option right now, and potentially second option when they get into the playoffs when they really need him, is going to be great for LA. I don't see him asking for a trade, and I don't think the Lakers are going to want to move him either, especially with how well they started out the season.
Yeah, this is a scenario that he thought he was going to get with Anthony Davis, right? Especially after they won a title. I think he thought he'll be able to kind of pass the reins on to him, and he can be the guy, and he can kind of take a step back a little bit and preserve himself for the playoffs. But he had to keep carrying the team because Anthony Davis just couldn't stay healthy.
And Luka's healthy, and
he couldn't carry the team. Luka's healthy. He's in shape, and they're off to a really hot start, and that can preserve LeBron for a playoff push. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Next up, who is your favorite LGR host? The answer to this one, LGR being Let's Get Ready, which is not really the name of it anymore, Suge. I think you should know that. But the answer is not you. So
anybody but you.
our favorite our favorite host there is our producer Adelia, who does the Steel Conspiracy with Suge every Tuesday evening. What do you start it? Is it 8 p.m. Adelia? Or actually no, it's 8 p.m. Western or Pacific, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I was watching it last night too. I still don't know.
Let's see.
But yeah, I don't know.
7 p.m. Pacific. Sorry.
7 p.m.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
But
Pacific.
That's Suge and Adelia talking some Steelers, some Broncos, and then any other fun topics that come up. It's a very entertaining show. You should head over to Good Friends, Better Rivals and check that out every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern time. But again, Suge, the answer is not you. Last question.
And also, I'm not sure. Do you also do the dinner with friends? You also do that? That's on the post credits channel. The dinner table. Yeah, I love that. I love that show.
They do 8,000 shows.
Yes. But that one's going. We don't really do the open table anymore.
Open table, yes.
But you know what? They're still on there. Go check them out. There's an archive of Adelia and Ferris just talking about all kinds of things. It's a great conversation. Great conversation.
Yes. And if you've ever seen Ferris on our overtime show or on the morning show, check out the archives of Open Table. You get to see Ferris in a suit.
Yes.
And attempting to be professional. Okay, there's no screaming or less screaming, no swearing. It's a great show. Let's see. Wait, beating the heat. Okay.
And thank you, Dan. He says yes. The chat is still full of life. Thank you all for joining. Hit the like button and subscribe button as you watch. Support the channel with a super chat or even better with a Cash App. $ LBHT Show. Thank you so much, Danny. We really appreciate you.
The last question is again from Suge, and he wants to know, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Just off the top of my head, I really like Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Jingle All the Way is really good. It doesn't hold up as well when you're
It still
older.
makes me laugh.
It's still good, but it's not like I thought it was unbelievably hilarious when I was little. It doesn't hold up as well now. The obvious answer for me is Elf.
I like Elf.
Outside of Elf, I would say, yeah, like there's really not a lot of Christmas
Bad,
movies that I really
Bad
like.
Santa's pretty funny.
Bad Santa is funny, but I don't look at it as a Christmas movie. It's too. It's not. It's not. You ain't taking the kids now.
No.
There aren't a lot of Christmas movies that I really genuinely like. So it's Elf, I think. That's about it.
Edward Scissorhands. Is that considered a Christmas movie?
Technically, yeah. You know, people say Die Hard and all this. Like, nah, not really.
I should say he'd take Lillian back. I know you would, should.
Yeah. But that is it for submitted questions, which means that is it for the show.
All right. Great show. I really appreciate the turnout. Thank you all that showed up. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for everybody that donated, the super chats and whatnot. Once again, we'll plug it one more time. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. We're really trying to make a push for our memberships over there. That helps power the rest of our activities. What's up, B?
There it is. I forgot that. Home Alone. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Home Alone is incredible.
Yes. Clot showing up right on time, right before the credits. Appreciate you, Clot.
Yeah.
Yes, go sign up for as little as $5 a month. Also, it's a great gift to give the people. All right, you can go in and buy some gifts and share the membership with people. Overtime Show is a great conversational show. We're going to be talking about why athletes still go broke, and that stems from a conversation that Shannon Sharp had on his show, talking about Odell Beckham. Odell made a comment about how $100 million goes pretty fast or whatnot, and that started a whole conversation from Shannon Sharp talking about how you should be saving your money and that you shouldn't be spending your money on this and that.
Talking
and
about
Pablo,
business.
Yes, and Pablo Torre had Torre. He put out that initial article that kind of blew up about athletes going broke, 2 or 3 years after they leave the league, right? NFL, NBA, whatever the league that they're in. So, that was years ago. He put that out, and did athletes learn from that? Are they learning from that? Are they still going broke? Why did they go broke? We're going to break that down, and because we never really talked about it on the show. Me and Beef had discussions about this over the years, and we want to give our perspective on that. So, Patreon.com/LBHT Show. That's where you can find that. That's going to be coming up in a couple of minutes. So, Patreon members and channel members, get ready. Yeah. What you want to say something, B?
Well, just last thing, real quick. Once again, first off, we've only got. I know there are posts scheduled to go out, but we've got 2 more live shows for the year for 2025. We'll have recorded shows for you on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But also, just want to wish everybody happy and safe holiday season. And then the very, very last thing, once again, thank you to Eric DaCosta for continuing to prove our point.
Facts. It's been a great year for us on that end.
Like they used to say, the brand is strong, right?
All right, dude, we're ready. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you next time.